There are many pizza gadgets around now. Pizza scissors, peel racks, turning peels, metal and wood, and suddenly it feels like you need a professional pizza kit just to make a simple pizza. The good news is that you really don't need that. And after years of making pizza at home and using all kinds of pizza ovens, I've learned that there are only a few tools that I genuinely consider essential. Everything else is optional and are nice to have. This is the tool I use for launching pizza, and only for launching pizza. Over the years, I found that wood has one huge advantage. It's lightweight, the pizza dough doesn't stick as easily, it's easy to control, because one of the most frustrating experiences in pizza making is creating a beautiful pizza, loading it onto a peel, walking over to the oven, then discovering it won't launch. Wood naturally helps reduce that sticking risk, and the pizza slides beautifully into the oven with it. It gives me great confidence every launch, and that's why I personally keep my wooden peel dedicated to launching. Once the pizza enters the oven, the wooden peel's job is done. That's its single purpose, and it performs that job brilliantly. If you're buying your first pizza accessory, I would strongly recommend a good wooden peel. They are very reasonably priced. I would recommend going for the most lightweight peel that you can. I would highly recommend the Epicotti brand peels, which are made in Italy. They are very lightweight, they are easy to clean and look after, and I've had mine for 8 years now and they look like new on the top. At the bottom there's a bit of a black staining where it's touched the stone over the years. That just shows it's been on a huge journey with me. I'm not sponsored by them, I just love them. So the next is the perforated metal peel. After you've launched your pizza into the oven using a wooden pizza peel, you then swap over to a metal peel. You can buy so many different types of metal pizza peels. My favorite are perforated because it allows all of the semolina on the base to fall through, and also when you're turning, you pick up the heat on the stone. But I have two peels that I use, two types. One is a 7-inch turning peel and the other one is a 12-inch square peel. The turning peel I use if I want to turn the pizza inside the oven and not remove the pizza as I turn. And then the other peel is for turning outside of the oven, which is entirely your choice how you do that. I think that the 7-inch turning peel requires a bit of skill to learn how to do that. But the advantage is that you are keeping the pizza inside the oven and it's keeping the heat, and you should have a faster cook that way. With the square peel, you're removing the pizza out of the oven, and so you are going to be affecting it that way. But it's up to you. It's just a personal choice thing. Both can help you turn the pizza. If you are looking for a pizza peel, a metal one, make sure they're lightweight and they've got a good nice balance on the handle, so that when you have a heavier pizza on the end, it balances nicely so it's not too heavy on your wrist. That's really important. And together, these two peels give me complete control over the pizza during the cook. This is a tool that transformed my pizza making more than any other, and it is the laser thermometer. The problem is that pizza stones can look hot without actually being hot enough, or they can be much hotter than you realise. A stone that's too cool often gives pale, undercooked bases, and a stone that's too hot can burn the base before the toppings are cooked. The laser thermometer removes all that uncertainty. I simply point it at the stone and I get an instant reading. If you're serious about improving your results, I recommend a laser thermometer, as it's one of the smartest purchases you can make. Don't just rely on the oven's temperature thermometer. The next tool is the most underrated tool, I think, the pizza brush. It's not exciting and it's pretty basic, but it performs an incredibly important job. And that's keeping the stone clean in between cooks. Because during a pizza session, debris will build up. And if you leave it in there, it's going to start causing problems. You get burnt flavours and black residue on the pizza base, picked up from the stone. And the brush helps remove all of that. A quick brush between pizzas can make a huge difference to your pizza base cook, especially when cooking multiple pizzas back to back. It's a simple tool and is inexpensive. Now let's talk about heat-proof gloves. Many people cook pizza without them, but I think they're extremely useful because pizza ovens can get very hot and you might need to adjust something urgently or very quickly. These can handle a lot of heat. So if you do need to use them, may need to retrieve something unexpectedly, heat-proof gloves provide an extra layer of confidence. But when I need them, I'm very glad I have them. They're one of those items that you might not appreciate until the day they save your fingers. For that reason alone, I think they're worth having nearby. Now let's talk about my favourite multi-purpose pizza accessory, the cast iron pan. This is one of the most versatile tools I own. Cast iron pans are simply for cooking food, and they are fantastic for that. You can cook incredible dishes in them. Vegetables, meats, roast dishes, all kinds of things. But I use mine for another purpose as well, and that's managing the stone temperature. This is one of the best pizza tricks I've learned over the years. You need to remove heat from the stone very quickly sometimes, and the cast iron pan can do that. I place the pan on the stone, a cold pan on the stone, and the cast iron pan absorbs the heat incredibly efficiently. It pulls away the heat from the stone surface into the pan, and this allows me to reduce the stone temperature very quickly as well. Particularly during busy pizza sessions when you need to manage your heat very quickly and effectively, this is the pan you need. I can use the pan for stone temperature management, and then I can also cook in it, so it's the best of both worlds. There are pizza tools you probably don't need. You don't need dozens of specialty gadgets or expensive accessories for every stage of the process. You don't need 10 different peels or a cupboard full of pizza-specific equipment. The truth is that great pizza comes from techniques, from good dough, from experimenting, from good ingredients, and proper heat management of your oven, and just practice. The tools I use today are largely the same tools I've relied on for years, and everything else is mostly optional. Let me know in the comments which pizza tools you use the most, which ones you don't use often, which ones you regret buying because they were a complete waste of money or time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.